Hi there everyone, welcome back to Elmcreek. You're back in game with Waldo P. Barnstormer, and at the minute I'm a bit of a loss of what to be doing. My farm's kind of up to speed at the minute. I've got my fields weeded, the grass is nearly ready for harvest, but I'll need to wait at least until next month for that. Hopefully the temperature doesn't get down too low, but we're still at 21 degrees yet, so yeah, I should be able to harvest that. Greenhouses are set up, they're producing nicely. I don't really have too much to do at the minute. I'm half considering maybe putting up a little chicken coop somewhere, but it would leave me a little bit tight in funds again. Young Johnny's off doing his cultivation contract at the minute. I can see rain is on the way. Let me just check that forecast actually. Rain at 2 PM. I was thinking on looking at a contract. There's a few in at the minute around baling, so this is all hay contracts. There's one massive one here which I would really like to do. It's quite small equipment, but I also don't have an awful lot else on at the minute, so I might take this on. £26,000 would really set us up. It would give us some hay as well. I'm tempted. There's 3 small ones here as well. Unfortunately, I'd have to kind of hire equipment for each of them. The actual hiring equipment cost, 50 quid. It's really small. It would just be a pain if I'm having to run it backwards and forwards to the shop every time, because it's fields 14, 15 and 16, so they're up around here. So it's a bit of a drive to get to them from the shop. I don't know which one of these two I should actually do. I mean, field 71 is massive. It's much closer to me. Let's have a look at those contracts again. So as I do that, that and that, it's offering nearly the same kind of money. Right, let's see, 14, I'm going to accept that contract, but I'm going to borrow the items. Field number 14, we'll do that one first. It's worth a fair bit of money. And yep, so it has gone into active contracts. Now we can see 68. Johnny's cultivating that at the minute. And down here, oh, it's going to take him quite a while to do that, I think. So he's going to be a busy boy. Right, let's get ourselves across the shop and see what kind of equipment they give us. Nice shiny fence. Right, we'll get in, get these mowers lifted and make our way up to the field. Yeah, and what I will try and do with this as well is just cut as much outside the boundary of the field as I can, just to get myself a few extra pennies. It's really not a big field, this, at all. I mean, £7,000 does seem very generous for mowing this up. I would have loved to have had it all as one thing though, because now I'm going to have to go backwards and forwards. Though I could of course kind of invest maybe in a Beyleron tedder, so that I don't have to borrow the equipment, so I could come up and do all of these contracts with my own stuff. Now, I've tried to speed things up a little bit. I've got another worker, I've got Johnny's mate James. He's bringing me up the tedder at the minute from the shop, so I'm going to try to get him to run that round. Hopefully he'll come up and just park here on the left hand side, and then I can send him up and down doing shuttle runs, so he'll bring up the tedder, then he can bring up the windrower, bring up the baler, etc. So that'll save me a bit of commuting time backwards and forwards at least. But yeah, for now, I'm just going to run around, cut the rest of this grass, and hopefully I get some of this done before the rain comes on. Well everyone, welcome back again. I've just finished making hay as the sun did not shine. It rained in the middle of my hay making. I was worried that it might actually stop me from making the hay for a bit, but no, it doesn't seem to have. Now we've ended up with 4 bales. Unfortunately we didn't quite have enough to finish off what was in there. So I was hoping we might manage to get a 5th out of that, but no, not going to happen. Now my next challenge is to figure out how to use this thing to pick up bales. I've been using the other worker to ferry equipment backwards and forwards. I'm sure you've seen that. Looking at the way my money's going down at the minute, I'm not exactly sure if it's a profitable method of doing things like that though. Workers do seem to be costing me a lot of money. But I'm going to try scooping these up using this thing. I've never used this before, so I really don't know how this is going to go at all. And, oh, I don't know how this works either. Oh, unfold bale loader. Aha, right, okay, it's doing something different now. Right, so those little bits are sticking out the side now. I see it. Okay, that's fancy. If I can manage to get this other one without this falling off. And there's the worker back with the other one. So I'm hoping I can manage to take both of these in one go on the Fendt tractor. Ah, there we are. So hopefully fold that back up. Lovely. If I drop that down and very gently drop it off, yeah. So I should be able to take both of them in the Fendt. I can send this little Mercedes back home again now. But yeah, I do seem to be spending an awful lot on workers at the minute. It is quite a worry. So off you go. You can run back down. Yep, you're away. I did get my head wet as well. Johnny's in the nice Massey and me out getting wet. It's not fair at all. Especially since I had to use the Fendt to ferry the equipment up and down, because the little Mercedes is just too slow. It's taking forever. And it is getting dark early now. I mean, it's 3:30 and I'm having to turn the lights on. I'm glad I didn't do that big contract, because I really would have been stuck. Oh, so an AI worker is blocked. I have been getting that flashing up from time to time, but Johnny's fine. Yeah, I think it must just be a car or something drives out at some point. But it's okay as soon as it clears. Actually, this little bale loader's pretty good. I'm liking this. I'm having to drive through somebody else's field now at the minute though, because all my bales ran into here. I think it's all owned by the same person. I'm sure they won't mind. Oh, come on. I think the actual loader's pretty good. It's just my driving's really poor. Well, it's taken a bit of doing, and I've chased one of those bales halfway down the field. But I finally managed to get them both on there. Definitely wasn't as easy as the first ones. Not sure what it was, it just seemed to keep running away from the forks. So, let's see, part of this contract, where am I taking these ones to? How's Johnny getting them? Oh, he's only halfway through. These are going to the Johnson's Farmer Market. Johnson's Farmer Market, there we go. Right, so up along that northern coast road and just follow it round really. think by the time we get these all back, it is going to be dark tonight. As we know from doing that cotton contract, 4:30, and it was pretty dark now. It's not going to be much around 4:30 by the time I finish all this and get home again. So I've had a good little drive around the north coast of this map. Just coming up now onto the market. It should be turn right here. Where are you exactly? This looks like somewhere. Yep, farmer's market. There we are. So hopefully these 4 bales are enough to complete this contract. And where would I be taking them to? Doesn't really look like somewhere that would take bales. Over here maybe? Do I have to unfold these? There we go, we have to unfold. Oh, 77% transported. That bodes really well. And unfold these, back them into the trigger. Hopefully you'll take both of them. So we got the contract finished and £1,100 extra. So if we just nip back into the menu, collect the money for that. Oh, young Johnny's still working hard out there. Now we're going to have to get a taxi back home as soon as I do this. I did get £7,000 for it. There's a fair bit of work for that. But let's just call in now and see how Johnny's getting on. I mean, he's got a lot of work left to do. How much have we been spending on wages? I'm a bit concerned at this because I'm not really convinced that he's paying off at the minute. Where are we? So wage payments today have cost us £2,000. And if he completes that contract, well, he's maybe paying for himself, yeah. Well, yeah, definitely he's paying for himself. Not 100% sure it's worth the amount of hassle that it's taking, but as it's getting dark now, what I'm going to do is jump in, let him finish for the day, send him home. Yeah, I'll just leave it where it is at the minute, and I'll go back home myself, tidy up around here, and then call it quits for the night and be up again nice bright and early tomorrow morning for a December morning. I don't know if we've got any snow in the forecast. Should have had a little look earlier. I don't think I saw anything, but it'll be the first winter. It was 20 degrees, so yeah, I can't see any snow at the minute. Well, no snow this morning. What is the weather forecast for this? 12 degrees we're down to. Snow in January and February. Oh, I'm getting down to freezing overnight now. Yeah, weather has definitely taken a turn. First things first, we need to get Johnny on the go again, I think. So, if we... So let's see if that's intelligent enough to start off. Oh, they're going to have to transport first and then he's going to drive around to exactly where he was. So this should hopefully start off pretty much in the exact same place again if I pick that spot right. Yeah. Well done, that was well worth folding up for and driving around in a circle. And hopefully I haven't missed any bits in between. Oh, look at that, that was pretty much exactly where they stopped. Okay, so Johnny's going to get on. He's going to finish this field off today. And that'll bring us in a few more pounds. And again, around and about here, there's not an awful lot for us to do at the minute. So I'll take a look at my own farm and see what's happening. Yep, so our grass is getting very, very close to be ready to harvest ourselves, but again, it's December time. I don't think I'm going to be able to harvest that this year. Oh, honey, bees. I should look at them actually. I've forgotten to look at that. May have something ready there. I'll take a little look at our greenhouses as well. See how they're getting on producing stuff. I should be storing it. Yep, so there you go. We've got a couple of boxes of lettuces out. And they're usually a good price around January, February time, I think, so might be looking at selling some of them. Plenty of water in there, 6,000 litres. So lettuces, yeah, water's really good, 162 litres of lettuce, so not a vast amount at the minute. We'll take a little walk across and see what our honey situation is. I've forgotten all about placing that there. Ooh, we do have some honey. We've got 68 kilo. Oh no, sorry, we've got 5 litres of honey between our 2 small ones. Somebody's walking on our land. Who's that? Hope they've asked permission. So I think these 2 small hives are going to be a slow burner for honey. But a little bit of drip fed income is better than no income. We really need a washer for that as well. So at the minute we don't have an awful lot to do again today. Ah, we do have a pallet of seed over here. I was wondering if we had any more of that. I don't really fancy taking this job on myself. It's quite a big job, so I'm happy to let a worker carry on with that. Have we any other contracts? Exciting contracts anywhere? Lots of cultivating at the minute and lots of plying. And yeah, not keen on doing any of them myself really. So what we might do is just let Johnny finish off here. We'll skip ahead a bit of time once he's finished this field. Then we'll regroup and see where we're going to go for the rest of the day. But I think it might be a quiet winter for us. Johnny's just about to finish this contract now. Just had a quick look at the menu and we're at 99%, but we're not. We're now at 100%. Well done, young lad. You have had a hard day's work. It's taken him a long time to do that one with that little cultivator, but he's done himself proud. We're going to collect that, £5,770. No other contracts really in the system at the minute. It's all cultivating and plying jobs. But I think he has definitely earned his keep for today. Let's see, how do we get back home from here? So having a look about really, I think once I get back home, it may be the end of the day today. I've got a bit of money now actually. I suppose we'll have a look, see what price a chicken coop is, because I think that's definitely the thing I fancy buying. I've got a little bit of wheat in storage as well that was left over from the very first harvest that we did. So yeah, it kind of makes sense that I look at some chickens and by all accounts they're quite profitable. So if I can get this guy to make his way home, actually I tell you what, since he's done a good job and everything else, he can drive himself home. Where do I want you to go? Great job. You can park yourself up there somewhere in the yard. Start job. And he's off. He's off. Oh, he's going straight across the field. That wasn't very nice. Oh, I thought he was going to go straight across the field. I say that's not very nice of him. So, chickens. Actual size. I can't really see the... There we go. I see the coop very well. Ooh. It would fit quite nicely in there, actually. I'd mean having to move my tanker, but yeah, that would fit really nicely beside the greenhouse. Any space around the back of the field? I could put it there as well, but it kind of gets in the way of turning around then. Yeah, I think that's definitely the spot for this. Let's get that tank removed and some chickens in the way. Ah, there's young Johnny just coming in now as well. Johnny, do you want to watch my pickup? You're kind of damaging my pickup. What you doing? Okay. AI worker blocked by an object. AI worker just randomly shoves object out of the way. And now he's going to drive through my field. Okay, Johnny, I know you've had a long day, but seriously, I think we need to have a chat. Out you get. I think it's probably safer if I take over the driving for now. You get paid £240 for driving back as well. Okay, Johnny's a well-paid worker. Chicken coop to go in here, I think. Oh, is that is gonna start kind of blocking off that access route right there. I'll keep it back as far into the field as I can, and I'll put it in the side of bins. Yeah, £6,000. I'm going for it. Boom. Chicken coop. Oh, it's kind of changed the texture out here as well. Sort of preferred it the way it was. Let's see how I go about doing that. That looks like that texture. No, it's that one. It's that one. I'll just repaint that back in there. Makes it look a bit more neat with the rest of the yard. Gives it a bit of a dirty scrubby line there. There. It's like you would never know it was there. Okay, so, well, that's Johnny's hard work is paid for that. £5,000 contract. 2 chickens itself then. If we get a rooster, buy one of them. Then I do want the chickens to breed a little bit, so we're allowed up to 30, so let's half fill it. Go for 15. And then they'll breed up to the rest. It's going to cost me £1,000. Maybe go for 20? Go for 20. I'll start some egg productions. Cost me £100 to get them here. Could buy the cheaper ones, but it's really not that much money at the minute. So I'll buy them. Yes, animals have been purchased. And we have chickens. Lovely little chickens. Good variety, often all different colours. And they are so much more lifelike in this version of FS than any other one before it. Just the animal movement and the little pecking, clucking and the bobbing heads. Wonderful. And there's our rooster over there, Ronnie the rooster. I'm sure we'll hear him crowing away at some stage. But for now, what we need to do is get these guys some wheat in there and get them something to peck at. Don't know how much of this they'll take. Can't imagine it'll be too much. No, just a few 100 litres. Very good, so we've got plenty in there as well. And let's just see actually, when is the wheat good for selling? Again, January. Oh, next month, so I could get rid of some of that next month. And bring in an extra couple of £1,000. Won't be an awful lot right enough. Haven't got any more in the ground, so I've only got canola and grass, and yeah, that doesn't work then as chicken food, so no, maybe I won't sell any of that. I'll keep that. Not too sure how quickly the chickens will go through it though, so I'll keep it for now. Oh, forget there's a hole in the middle of this floor. I have to be careful whenever I put this trailer in so it don't fall down it. There we are. Alright folks, well that's a relatively successful day on Elmcreek. Did a couple of contracts. Young Johnny managed to finish off his cultivation. I've got some livestock now as well. Some animals on the farm. And we ended up with an extra couple of £1,000 in the bank. So, oh yeah, I do need to sort out my pickup. Send that into the shop for repairs, I think. And we just put it in the garage here out of harm's way. Somewhere that Johnny can't get at it. There we go. Right, well I think that does wrap us up for the day folks. So, thanks a lot. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, do those normal YouTube things like share, subscribe. You can join us back here again on Elmcreek or across in France on Beyleron for our time-lapse series. Either way, we will see you again shortly. Bye now.